You ever feel like you're just in a constant race to the finish line? Well, today we're going to explore a really simple but honestly pretty profound idea. It might just change how you think about your goals, your dreams, heck, maybe even your morning drive. It's called the 0 to 60 philosophy. 0 to 60 in 15 minutes. I mean, you gotta laugh, right? It's funny, it's a little self deprecating. But what's wild is that this one little phrase, just spotted out on the road, is actually the seed for a whole way of thinking. Seriously. And yeah, that's exactly where this whole idea comes from. The source material for this whole explainer. It just describes this super simple moment. You're driving down the street, maybe you're stuck behind an older, kind of beat up van, and you see that bumper sticker. And for them, it was one of those moments that just sparked a massive realization. Because look, this isn't just about a slow van. Not at all. It's a whole life philosophy packed into one little sticker. It's about finding this really deep, really meaningful lesson for our crazy modern lives in, like, the most random place you could imagine, the back of a van. All right, so to really understand what's so powerful about this, we kind of have to look at the opposite, right? Our culture's obsession with speed. I mean, think about it. We're always being told, be faster, be first, get it done now, just so we can jump straight to the next thing on the list. And this is such a perfect way to look at that pressure, isn't it? On one side, you've got that old saying, the early bird gets the worm. It's all about competition, right? Scarcity, speed. But on the other side, you've got life is a journey, not a destination. That's all about the experience. And that's exactly where the 0 to 60 philosophy lives. It's about embracing the journey and kind of pushing back on that idea that we have to sprint to every finish line. Car companies are maybe the perfect example of this whole thing. They spend billions trying to convince us that getting from 0 to 60 in, 5.2 seconds, that's something special, something we should all want. It's like the ultimate benchmark for success and power. But here's the real question, the one at the heart of all this. Who actually needs that? I mean, in our day-to-day lives, is that mad dash to the next stoplight? Is it actually making our lives any better? Or are we maybe missing something really important along the way? What if the whole point isn't getting there first, but what you see on the ride? So, okay, what's the alternative to this constant rush? Well, you could call it the journey mindset. It's really just about making a choice to actually enjoy the view out the window instead of just staring straight ahead at the finish line. So what is the 0 to 60 philosophy really? It's the art of slowing down. But, and this is super important, it is not about being lazy or unproductive. Not at all. It's a deliberate, intentional practice of fully experiencing and, actually enjoying the process of getting wherever it is you're going. And hey, if you're worried about that early bird snagging all the good stuff, the source has this great little piece of reassurance. There are enough worms for all the birds. It's a total shift away from that scarcity mindset, away from competition and toward abundance and patience. Okay, so this whole journey mindset thing, it applies so directly to how we think about our goals. We get so locked in on the outcome, on the achievement, that we completely forget that how we get there is just as important as what we get when we arrive. This philosophy is all about savoring the climb, not just planting the flag at the top. And this is a really powerful question that the source brings up, and I want you to really think about it for a second. If the only reason you want a goal is just so you can move on to the next one, did you actually want it in the first place? Or was it just, another box to check off the list? I think we can all recognize this cycle, right? It's like a fast track to feeling empty. First, you get the goal. Then you feel this flicker of relief. Not even joy, just relief. And then boom, immediately you're chasing the next goal. And what's the result? You've missed the entire experience, the whole point of the journey. But this whole 0 to 60 idea isn't just about enjoying the ride to your goals. It's also about making sure you're even on the right road in the first place. It's about getting that crystal clear vision by actually taking your time to figure out what you really truly want. And this is so, so important when you're trying to map out your life. When you're making a vision board or a dream box or whatever you do to plan your future, there's no rush. The source material is super clear on this. The more time you take, the clearer that picture of your future is going to get. When you rush your vision, it's like taking a blurry photo. You miss all the important details, and then you wonder why you're not getting what you thought you wanted. But when you take it slow, when you're deliberate, your vision becomes sharp, clear, and precise. And let's be honest,
A clear picture has a way better chance of actually becoming your reality. So, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. From your job, to your relationships, to your own personal projects. What's one area of your life that could really use a little less rush, a bit more enjoying the process, a little more of the scenic route? What in your life could use a 15-minute 0 to 60?